Thought I'd share this with you guys. What I got here is some parts. I'm going to make a ventilation system for a compost toilet. I never have done it, and we're getting ready to use it more. But what I have here is a couple adapters, plumbing adapters, PVC, and a computer fan. What I'm going to attempt to do here is take and round these corners off of the computer fan so it will fit right down inside of here. Just like that. And then once I get that in there, I will end up putting a sleeve over it. And then this in here will adapt onto it. I will end up putting a hole here for my wiring to come out so I can put a switch on it. And then I'll end up plumbing from here up and down so I can connect it to the back of the compost toilet. And I'm going to end up using a piece of PVC pipe with a rubber boot so it can be disconnected. And then this is going to go straight up through my ceiling with a vent cap on the top of it. Right through the roof. Alright, let me get started here. Okay, I took and got all the corners rounded off on it. I basically just used this little saw here, cut them off. I sawed it right about where the bolt hole was where we mount the fan on. I cut it halfway so it'd give me plenty of room to allow me to finish filing it so that way I can fit it in here nice and pretty. And if you look at this will just fit right down in here just like that. And then if you get it out, say that easy, then you're okay. So we're going to go to the next step. The next step is to put this down in here, determine where we want to make our wire come out of the collar here, and we can see it's just about right in there somewhere. We're just going to guess at it. So we're going to drill a hole right here. Okay, I drilled a hole right about here. This will allow us to feed our two wires through there. I'm just going to twist these together for right now. Make it easier to go through the hole. I'm going to actually have this fan motor, because it blows this direction, the side of the sticker. The air comes from this side, so it's sucking from this side. So what I'm going to do is put this motor down in here where the back is the closest to this collar. I'm going to stick that through the hole there. Line this up, and it should fit right down inside of there just like so. Just make sure you don't pinch your wires putting it in there. And as you can see, the wires are right here and they're coming out through that collar. I'll see if I get that light on it. Right there. Nice, pretty fit. Now this is a 3-wire fan, but it doesn't make no difference. All you want is the red and black wires. The white wire is just strictly for a sensor to tell how fast the fan's turning. If you want to put that kind of stuff on here, that'd be fine, but I'm just going the easy way. So it's nice and fit in here, can't move, won't go anywhere. But we're going to make sure that eventually this thing doesn't vibrate or something. So I'm going to actually put another small little screw right here. And what it's going to do is it's going to stick in here to keep this thing from turning. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did here. Took me a drill bit, according to the size of screw that I was going to use. And I actually angled it from in here and drilled right against the fan. Just like this, instead of going from the outside in, I went from the inside out. The purpose of this is, once you puncture the other side, you can take this bit, put it back through here. I don't want to stick it in there because I already may mess it up, but you stick it back through here, and what you do is it's going to be at an angle when you get through drilling it. And you just lift up a little bit on your drill bit, not hard, just lift up. It will put a small groove in your fan here, and that will allow your screw to go through there and be locked into the fan. So what I did is I drilled the hole for the screw to fit the screw. Then I came back and got me another bit and took a little bit off the top here so this tapered head screw would lay flush. We're going to stick that in there. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it any way you want to. But it just makes it nice and smooth there. Now, as you can see, the screw has locked the fan in place. I don't know that this is necessary, but I just like the idea myself. There we go. Now the next step would be this collar. What I had done with this is I actually sawed sideways so that you can see it doesn't fit as tight as it used to. So I'm going to actually take put this over some heat and expand it. And the purpose of this is I'm going to expand it so I have to push it in like this. And then when I slide this over it, it doesn't lock it in to the point where I can't get the two pieces of plumbing back apart. Because if you use this the way it comes without splitting this, you're going to shove all these parts together and you're going to have a one heck of a time getting it apart when it's time to change the fan. So we're going to heat this up a little bit. I'm going to expand it out just so we have a nice tight fit on here. All right. Okay, so what I did is I stretched this thing this far apart. I simply just took the hair dryer, blew it on the outside. Actually, my wife helped me, and I just held it apart until I could feel it given. So what I wanted to do is create a springing sensation. The purpose of this is, so when I put this in here, it gets in there like that. See, it's not as loose as it was. And then I slide this one over the top of it. Keeps everything all in whack. If you get it to where you feel like you need a little tighter, all you have to do is just heat this up a little bit more. I think I will, because this is my first try on here, and I'm going to expand it even further. All right, we're going to go back and see if we can heat it up a little bit more. Okay, I went back in and reheated it. The gap's got a little wider. When you heat this up with the hair dryer, especially if somebody helps you, they can be moving the hair dryer back and forth to heat all the sections, and just pull it apart. You can see how far I expanded this. It's quite a ways, so you're going to have to stretch it quite a ways. But once you get this nice gap in here, let it cool down. I actually held it like this for quite a while to make sure it stayed in that position, because it's naturally going to come back into its normal position. But once we got it, and I believe it's cool enough now, I can touch it, no problem at all. Just do not touch it after you heat it with a hairdryer. So we're going to put this in here. Now see if it even better. Now we can stick this one here, on here, and we got the whole unit together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use a piece of tape to seal this. And we'll get that and I'll show you how that works. Okay, what we're going to do is just use some good old-fashioned duct tape. I kind of put a piece here and a piece here just to hold it down while I was taping it. We'll just place the tape around it. The tape will seal it off so it doesn't have any air leaks, because we want all the air to come in and out the ends of it. And that's why we want to make sure we seal it off. I'm sure there's other ways you can do this, but I just thought this would be the easiest. And the cheapest too. Everybody has duct tape. Let's bring that back a little bit. A little rub down and bam, there we go. Now we have a sealed motor for ventilation. Anytime you want to take it apart, just simply get you a nice knife and just follow that little crease and it'll pop apart. Tape it back together. You don't even have to take the old tape off if you ever have to go in and repair it. It's a nice solid piece. So our next question is, let's hook this up to a battery. It's 12 volt. What I'm going to do on here is I'm going to actually put a inline fuse link and a switch so I can turn it on and off. But we might as well test it, see how the airflow is. So that was pretty simple. All right, let's take it and go test it. Okay guys, I got this hooked to a fan, and you can see how much airflow is coming out of it. If I put my hand in front of it, I can definitely feel it. It's got a nice breeze there. I can also feel it sucking in from this side. But keep in mind, depending on how far you need to push the air, say if you have your compost toilet right here, and where it goes out is just a wall right here, this is absolutely perfect because you don't need a whole lot of volume. But if you're going to be pushing this thing, say, several feet, then you're probably going to want to up your fan in here, the velocity of the fan, how much air volume is pushing. But I wanted to show you how simple it would be to make something like this just to vent your compost toilet. You could also use this same system here for venting, say, next to your bed or something where you need a little bit of airflow at night or something where you don't want to run the air conditioner or open the windows or something. But I just wanted to share this with you, and when I finish it up, I will put another video up. Thanks for watching.